What's going on, money lovers? Welcome back. I was just looking on Google Trends and the search for how to invest in Mindmed stock is up 600%. This stock just keeps going up. I've been hoping for a pullback to buy more, but I don't think we're going to get it. So if you haven't already seen my previous video, I did an in-depth analysis on Mind Medicine stock, which I'll link in the description below. And today I just want to do a quick follow-up, talk about what some of the capital from this recent bought deal will go toward, about the potential for their NASDAQ uplisting, their digital therapeutics segment, and just some other current news going on with the company and where I think it's headed. Now, I've compared Mind Medicine to its competitors in the psychedelic inspired medicine field, and I just keep coming away with it being my favorite choice. You want a company that has a lot of trials going on. When you compare Mindmed to a company like Compass Pathways, which, as you can see here, Compass Pathways has been public for a little bit longer, and its market cap is almost $2 billion compared to Mindmed's, which is a little over $723 million. And the only real difference here is Mindmed is an OTC listing, whereas Compass has that NASDAQ listing. But when you look at the companies, if anything, I feel Mindmed is in a stronger position because they have multiple trials ongoing right now, whereas Compass really only has the one target area of patients they're trying to treat, people with treatment-resistant depression who have tried 2 or 3 different treatments for depression already. They haven't met any success. That's where this company comes in. Whereas with Mindmed, they are looking to treat opioid addiction, depression, alcoholism, ADHD, the list just goes on. I think that the future is very bright. Mind Medicine has no interest in making these drugs for recreational purposes. They're following FDA guidelines. They're going to be medicines that you are prescribed. I think that there's a lot of potential for them to do a lot of good here. Now, while we still don't know what the outcome of these trials will be, if they'll go through or not, Mindmed has several ongoing trials right now. So even if 1 or 2 were to fail, or all of them but one, all we need is that one trial to really get through, and this stock could go to the moon. Not to mention that I think there's a lot of good that this company could do when you're talking about these fields of, depression, alcoholism, ADHD, and you look back as we use to treat these disorders. There hasn't been anything, really innovative and new in 30 years, if not more. We've been using a lot of the same methods. There's a lot of anecdotal evidence that goes to show with microdosing these psychedelic medicines. It's been going on in Silicon Valley for a long time. It's been look it all up, and you'll see that there are a lot of potential benefits, and I think that this company can do some great things. If you take a quick look at the Mind Medicine website here, you see all their trials ongoing right now. So we've got LSD-assisted therapy for anxiety, 18-MC for opioid withdrawal, LSD microdosing for adult ADHD, and then over at the University Hospital at Basel, they're doing research and development for LSD, MDMA, DMT, and psilocybin. As you can see, we've got a few trials in phase 2A right here, so while it is relatively early still, they are moving along, and like I said, all we need is one of these to go all the way through, and the rest will be history. So doing R&D in the birthplace of LSD, Basel, Switzerland. It's actually very interesting. If you look into this, it goes back to, I think, around the 1940s. The scientists originally came up with LSD, and Big Pharma was actually very interested in this, and they were funding some of these studies, and they were looking to start using these substances as treatment. They ended up halting the research and basically shutting everything down before it could be proven fully how beneficial these drugs can be. And in the meantime now, look it up, you can see, Silicon Valley, microdosing has been going on for quite some time, and it's helping a lot of people. It has a lot of benefits. There's a lot of anecdotal evidence of benefits, and now we just need these scientific trials to really prove it. They have a partnership with NYU. Take a quick look at their Albert system that I mentioned earlier. It's a digital medicine division for psychedelic medicines. So Albert's in the process of assembling and recruiting a leading team of technologists, therapists, and clinical drug development experts to help the company research, develop, and build an integrated technical platform and comprehensive tool set aimed at delivering these medicines and experiential therapies combined with digital therapeutics. So this is going to get into the logistics. It'll be interesting to see where they go with this, but it's kind of just laying the groundwork for when the trials are complete, how they're going to go about treating patients. And then if we check out Tuesday, December 8th, they sold over, I believe, 30 million in Canadian dollars of new stock, which I thought due to the dilution, we might get a little dip today and I could buy some more shares, but that has not materialized yet. The deal did go through. So these two companies bought almost 16 million shares at a price of $1.90 for gross cost of over 30 million Canadian dollars. They have the option to buy an additional 15%, and the company intends to use the net proceeds of the offering for investment in its digital medicine division, additional microdosing research and development, as well as general working capital and corporate purposes, including to further fund its ongoing programs. So I really think there's a lot of positives going on with Mindmed right now. The stock price clearly is reflecting that as more and more people are starting to find out about this company and are very optimistic on its future as well. And when you compare it to, I mentioned Compass Pathways earlier, they're, like I said, focusing on this niche of treatment-resistant depression. So their treatments would only apply to people who have tried 2, 3, or 4 antidepressants without success. They would be eligible. But I just think this is a much narrower field, obviously, and they're very limited. Whereas, Mindmed, with these 4, they could treat a lot of different things. They have a lot more options to work with. The psychedelic drugs market is projected to reach almost $7 billion in revenue by 2027. Kevin O'Leary was an early investor. He said this could save lives, cure depression, help alcoholism, get people off opioids. Why wouldn't I want to be invested? I agree, Mr. O'Leary. So a couple more quick highlights from the Mindmed website. They were named one of 36 startups that could change the world. Mindmed could have the key to providing the upsides of psychedelic drugs. So again, check out my first video on Mindmed. I'll link it in the description below for a more in-depth analysis. Let me know what you think of the company in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video today, don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know if you want to see an analysis in the future or a comparison between, Mindmed and some of these other psychedelic companies. This is Vinny from the Investment Club, and I'll see you next time.